what do you get asked whenever you tell people what you do for a living?
I feel like I don't get asked a ton of questions. Maybe the one that it's usually said to me, like, oh, your job must be so easy. But sometimes it is posed as a question like, oh, is it nice not really having to work more than 4 hours of the day?
Oh, see, I've never really gotten that. What I always get, though, every time I tell people I do a morning radio show, it's like, what time do you get to work? I was talking to Kelly from C Spire over the weekend whenever I was out at the outlets of Mississippi, and Kelly that was the first thing he asked. And I was like, well, I get there at like 4:15. And I find that to be a pretty impressive answer. Like, I'm proud to tell people, yes, I get to work at 4:15 every day.
You're right. I get that question too. Was the follow-up question, as soon as you said 4:15, was it how early do you go to bed at night?
Yes, it was. Yes, that's question number 2. And I'm like, well, usually by about 7:30. And they're like, wow, is that hard? That's question 4.
All right.
601-995-1017 is our phone number. First question somebody asks you after you tell them what you do for a living.
So whenever I worked at a call center and I would tell people would always want to know what's the worst customer you've had to deal with.
Oh, really?
And my answer would be this guy who definitely was a scammer, but was screaming at me to unlock this account when he was not the account owner. He didn't know the password. He knew nothing. And he's like he's like, what, you want me to go ask mommy what the password is? And it's like, yeah, it's exactly what I want you to do.
We're asking, what is the first question you get after you tell somebody what you do for a living? 601-995-1017 is our phone number. I got a text from a paramedic who says the first thing they're always asks, what's the worst thing you've ever seen? I wouldn't want to ask that question. I would want to dance around it, I think.
But you want to know.
That's what I want to know, but I don't want to ask it that bluntly.
Oh, see, I feel like at that point, paramedics, their life is so fast, or at least that's how I envision it to be. It's like fast paced, things are happening. You just have to deal with the craziness that they'd be able to handle. Me being like, okay, what's the craziest thing the human body can do? I got to know.
Tish, hey, good morning. What do you do? Tish, go ahead.
I work at CPS.
Child Protective Services. All right, so the first question that comes to my mind is, what is the craziest thing you've ever seen?
Nothing really, not too much. What I do, I don't really deal with the public. I deal mostly with parent events, stuff like that. So
okay, what was the question that you would immediately ask somebody, Allison, who says, "Oh, I work for CPS"?
How do you handle the stress?
one day at a time.
There you go. I love it.
What is the most common question that everybody asks?
So you take children.
Oh, wow.
That's way more. That kind of sounds rude.
That is rude. Like, that's making assumptions and blaming you, and not like it's a job.
Right.
Do you tell them that that's rude?
No, I'd be like, really? I was like, no, that's not exactly what we do.
Thank you for the call, Tish. Appreciate you. Courtney, go ahead. What do you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
Okay. I feel like I always ask every nurse the same exact thing. What department do you work in? Like, what kind of nurse?
I work with HIV patients in a clinic.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
That changes my question.
But don't let that change your question, because most people don't make it that far. When they just find out you're a nurse, then instantly you're going to ask me what.
So I feel like most people, whatever ailment they are facing, they're going to list it off to you and say, what do you think that is?
Exactly. Exactly. That is exactly it.
And what is your response? Do you take a look at them or what?
Well, a lot of times these days it's about like something pertaining to blood pressure or weight loss or something of that nature. So since that is a high frequently asked question, or it's a epidemic now that's going on, everyone is trying to lose weight and control. So I always just tell someone a general answer, such as just kind of monitor what you're eating, or try to increase your water intake, and then try to get you 30 minutes of exercise in every day. That way you really can't go wrong.
Thank you for the call, Courtney. Appreciate you. And finally, got to go to Kenny. How are you? Oh, now one more time. Kenny, how's it going? What do you do for a living?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Real good. Kenny, what do you do for a living?
I am a nuclear pharmacy tech.
A what? A nuclear pharmacy tech?
Nuclear pharmacy tech.
Okay, I'm going to start with the questions because I feel like this is what everyone else is going to ask. What the heck does that mean?
We make a radioactive medicine that they use to diagnose cancer.
Very important.
Okay.
Very glad to have the clarification. Adam, what do you think most people ask Kenny?
What do you think about Iran?
And I went to Iraq because I was in the military.
No kidding. Thank you for your
No
service. What is the most common first question you get after you tell them that you're a nuclear pharmacist engineer thingy?
Yeah, most of them is either a question or a statement, but it's, can I borrow some money? I know you get paid a lot.
Dang it, I wish I would have thought of that.
Dang. Kenny, the guy who A, makes too much money, and B, is too hot. Those are the two things we know about you, Kenny.
Listen. I don't make that much money. It just sounds good.
It just sounds fancy.
Adam and Allison in the morning.